Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Graybeard Garage. My name is Matt. Today we're gonna do our chicken wire down here, and the ladder I've removed, and we're gonna go ahead and get a board to run up the middle of the ladder to close in those spaces between the rungs for the chickens. So we'll go ahead and we'll get started on that right now. All right guys, so you see I put a piece of plywood under there. So now the chickies won't fall through. At least that's what my wife says. All right, so we got our chicken wire. Now I'm gonna begin dragging it behind the coop. I don't know how I'm gonna nail it back there, but I'll figure something out. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started on that. All right, so I had to crawl under the coop and pull the wire back behind that way. So I'm just gonna take it and kind of push it back a little more this way and start my nailing down there. This is longer than I needed, or taller than I needed. But not really worried about that. We'll just have it sit down on the bottom and then I'll cut it off. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that now. All right, so I got my first couple in. Now I'm gonna go down and drag that thing through the rest of the way. All right, looks like I'm going under again. Ow. Okay, so now I can finish nailing this side piece here. All right, grab this off the tripod. All right, so you can see now we're on the other side of the coop, or the other end. And there's the roll. And the idea here is to pull it out a little bit. Try and get it all the same level. And then I'll staple that in, but I'm gonna try and pull the top a little tight. And then we'll work my way down. And again, like I said, I'll try and go behind it as far as my arms will reach, because I'm just way too big of a guy to get back there. All right, so let me grab the stapler and we'll do that. All right, so I got the stapler. I'm not real sure how good you'll be able to see this. I'm gonna pull this tight and start stapling this in. All right, that'll at least hold it in place. And then I can unroll that around towards the side here. And then we'll come around the front with it. Try not to make more cuts in this than necessary, right? I may cut it at the bottom corner though, down here, so that I can get it to flare out. So I'm gonna go get my wire cutters and do that real quick. Got my wire clippers. I'm gonna clip that bottom corner. Man, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's like 94 degrees out, 95 degrees out. It is. It is hot as blazes. And with the humidity, I'll tell you what, it feels like It's 120 or something. I mean, that probably is an exaggeration, but. All right, so the corner here is what we're gonna do. I just wanna take that and trim it. So I'm gonna pull this netting down here as much as I can. Ouch, darn it. Well, that was the general idea anyway. All right, well, we're just gonna cut and see what happens. All right, guys. So now I've got that corner cut down. See if we can get a picture of that. So I cut this away down here so we can wrap the corner, keep the same height at the top. So now I'm gonna staple across here, and then we'll hit this corner. We'll probably have to cut the corner down there the same way we did the other one. So, and we're gonna go across the top there, and then we'll do this bottom corner down here. So we'll go ahead and pull this. All right, guys, so we're back at it. I had to stop because the camera shut off because it overheated. I'm telling you, it is miserably hot here in Florida right now. So what we're gonna do is wrap around here and staple across the front, cut this corner at an angle, and then I'm gonna bury the rest of this underground. And then back here, I'm probably just gonna run a 2x4 the length of the coop to secure the bottom in place. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some nailing, and then anyway, we'll get started. I don't know how long this thing will last before it shuts off again. Try and keep it in the shade, but there's no guarantee at this point. All right, guys. So we got that top secured in real nice. I'm gonna cut this corner now at an angle. Try and unroll this thing just a bit more. So it all bunched up at the bottom. No biggie. Just stretch it back out. Nail across the top here. Cut this on an angle. Should be good to go. At an angle, we can stretch it on the corner and then staple it down the corner. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. That's interesting. How am I going to work that out? Got a problem. Nothing to nail it to in the front, so that's a problem. All right, now we got to figure out this front, and I'll show you guys why. So down below here, this doesn't reach up here. So what I might have to do is cut it back here on the corner, cut it here, and lift it up a little, and then run across this. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna do that off camera so I can get this thing out of the heat. Okay guys, so I got this wire stretched out now. And now I'm gonna go ahead and go down to that corner down there at the end. And we'll start stapling in down there. And then we'll work our way down. So I'm gonna pick this up, go down there and get started. Again, I don't know how long this will last due to the camera overheating. So we'll do our best to leave it running as long as we can. All right, let me grab this. And this piece is going to start a little higher than the other ones, which is okay, no problem. Ouch, that hurt. Uh-oh, out of nails. So I may have to come through and tap some of these in to get them to seat a little better, but for now it's working. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and move this on down the line. Actually, I don't know, I guess maybe here's fine. Let's see what we can see. All right guys, we're gonna try and keep everything as level as possible, but we'll just keep working our way down the line here. All right. Hopefully you can still see what I'm doing. Hopefully it still makes sense somewhat. All right, and then we'll cut this end off because I'm going to build a run. Eventually, it may not happen today, but I want to at least get the chickens out here this weekend. All right, so we're going to go ahead and cut this piece here off completely, and then we'll do this side, and that way we can at least get the chickens out here today. All right, guys, so what I did is I took one of those pallet skids and I cut it to length for the length of the coop, and what we're going to do is put a couple screws in it to fasten it down, and then that'll help hold this fence in place. I'll go inside and staple it. Oh, battery just died. Get another battery. All right, new battery. So, nope. Look. Of course, right? Okay. Okay. So we'll pull this down tight against the back here. I'll go inside the coop and staple it against there. And I'll probably take a 1x4 and match it to the ground. Alright guys, so now I've got these 2x4s on the bottom here and out towards the front or the side and the back. I don't know how well you can see that. And now I'm going to crawl inside and get the stapling to the inside of those. I'm going to let that run and see how funny this becomes. So the idea is to get this stuff down to the ground as much as possible. Alright. So that takes care of this side, I think, and now we'll work over to the other side. All right. Let's see. I have to take this thing down. Looks like we're just gonna lay that and get dirty. Really grossly dirty. All right, so you can see now I've got these stapled with the chicken wire down to the bottom on both sides. And I'm still gonna come along the bottom out here. I don't think I'm gonna bury it. I think I'm just gonna stick some 1x4s and just shove it down to the ground. I mean, I don't think the birds are gonna get out, but I guess just for precautionary measures, why not? So I'm gonna go ahead and close up this end right now, and then we'll work on getting those 1x4s down. Okay, so you can see now I got the chicken wire almost completely installed over here. I just have to go run down that leg with the staples, put a 2x4 across the bottom, and that'll be done. Now eventually the goal is to extend a chicken run out this way, but for now this is what we're gonna do just to get us started. And they're still little right now, so they probably don't need as much space, but I'll finish nailing that down or stapling that down. Then we'll get a 2x4 across the bottom and that'll be done. So sorry about my button shot there. All right, so measure that off. I think it's 41 inches, and then we'll get that 2x4 across there. All right, so I was right, it's 41 inches. So we got that cut, and now we're gonna get this thing secured in here. All right, now we'll grab some 1x4s and tack those across the bottom. All right, so as you can see now, we've got pallet pieces or 1x4s, whatever you want to call them. They're all stuck down there, jammed into the dirt. All right, and then threw a bunch of bedding in here for them. All right, so now we're gonna get the girls and transfer them. All right, guys, so now we've got their coop ready for them. We're gonna go grab the girls and bring them over. See how much they pitch a fit. Here's the first girl. Look at that, huh? All right, let's go get your sisters. We'll be back.
Which door do you want me to open?
Just open. Okay. There you go, girls. We're gonna go get your sisters. Your last sister. Too much excitement. Okay. Here's your sisters. All right, girls. Enjoy your new home. All right, well, we're gonna let them get acclimated. And I think we're gonna run and get a fan. And that concludes the chicken coop, guys. All right, guys, so that concludes our pallet chicken coop project, or the pallet chicken coop palace, as I was calling it. This should be part 7 and the final part. As you can see, we got all of our chicken wire below. We got our little hatch in there so they can go below. I'm gonna keep them up top for just a few days to get them acclimated to that space so that they know that's where they're supposed to be. Even at night they're gonna be, so they know they're in the right spot. And then we'll let them go below. And we'll continue to update on the chicken's progress, and once they start laying eggs, we'll start showing that too. And this will be an ongoing series on the channel here, following up with chickens, seeing how they're laying, keeping track of them. As we add more to the flock, we'll kind of go through that whole process again too. One thing I'd like to do is maybe hatch my own, but we'll see what happens there. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for following us through this little adventure of the pallet chicken coop. If you like what you see here, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit the little bell. You'll receive notifications every time we upload a new video. As always, guys, thank you so much for coming out and checking us out. We really do appreciate it. Thank you for the subscriptions. And as always, you can do anything if you put your mind to it. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you next time.